Brown 45. Brown 45. Hot, 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 hot.
7 hours of red zone football, and I'll see you there for it.
Oh, wait, what happened to commercial free?
That's a whole long story, my friend.
Nothing will ever be him still being so pissed off about that. But the boys are back. Not all of us. I did, when I was doing the graphics this week, I was like, holy shit, there are really 7 of us on this fucking show. And then apparently everybody in our community are only available on Wednesdays now. So we had to work around, flip things around. But we'll be back on our normal schedule next Wednesday. Little programming update. Week 1 will be next week. We're going to do a lot of predictions. All our predictions, longer episode probably tonight when people have to go or go. We'll do that way. But we got a lot of things to discover. So we are, sent out a group to everybody to power rank their top, what they believe the 32 teams are. From 32 to 1, I did the math, put them together, and I have the list of everybody's combined. Some will not shock anybody. Where this whole episode would have been like us deep diving every team. Basically, if there's a team in question, holy shit, how did this team get to this point? Who had it where? I'll deliver those results. We can discuss who we think's too high, too low, where it all puts. Then our classic 15 predictions of the NFL season, where we basically break down all the little fun ideas where we have our Super Bowl winner. We have our coach of the year. We have our rookie of the year. We have our MVP. We have the teams that's going to have the biggest drop-off, the team that's going to have the biggest rise. All of those are tonight. Leads and interceptions, stuff like that. So it should be a lot of fun. Coho will be joining us soon, so he'll be able to defend it. Next week, we'll be on Wednesday. It will be on the 1st, I believe. I think that's what we agreed on. I may be wrong, but we'll find out. I think it's the 1st because I think that's when Scully could do it. And that would be the closest to get the whole band back together. Yes, Tuesday the 1st, we have the episode. That's week 1. And we will not have an episode the 6th through the 12th. It's kind of a weird football week anyways. Football on Wednesday, which was when we normally do the show. Then a show, I think the Thursday is the next game. I think it's on 9 and 10 because it's in Australia, and then regular season. So we'll do all our normal predictions next week, which means next week Nazario's hat punishment goes into effect. He has it. It has been purchased. It has been delivered. It is in his possession, and he has to wear it for 4 straight weeks on the show. Again, if he misses week 1, it doesn't mean 3 more weeks. He has to do it 4 consecutive weeks for the hat to go away. The predictions are back. The exact way we did it last year is the way we will do it this coming up year. We will not do full rankings, but I have made an executive decision, an admin decision, that week 16, 17, and 18 are playoffs in this situation. So all picks will be available, and we will pick all the games from those 3 weeks. And those points will help people climb into the basement, out of the basement, stuff like that. Plus, that also doesn't change anything because playoffs, we also still bet on those, or we vote on those. So those situations will be there, but all weeks leading up to it, 15 straight weeks of picking only 5 games, and then everybody else. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Just took a bite of meat. Cooks the best steak in the world. No one's even close to him. Don't even ask him. I will wait. I'll go to Robert. You finally got a receiver too. So that's something that you can be happy about. Overall, you have, if this was 2010s, if this was 2010, you would be the happiest. Well, I don't, isn't that the Steelers lost to the Packers?
Yeah,
Is that how that worked?
Unfortunately, yes. The 2 people who
Now those 2 guys are driving the bus towards 10-7, baby. What's your thoughts? And how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm so happy we're 2.5 weeks out or whatever, 2 weeks out from games. Yeah, I have a team that might have a competent offense. I'm super excited about it for once. And while there is an embroiled contract scandal with somebody who I would really enjoy if they were signed, it's fine. He still has another year in his contract, and the defense made some moves. I'm actually stoked for the year. I think it might be good.
Stoked for the year, and there's been dumpster fires all over the AFC North, so can't be too upset about that. You're not. If you boo a man, it's just disrespectful. Clueless. Mark, the best grill master in Texas or ever. I think he made a claim like he's the best ever at cooking steaks. Like, take your Michelin star and shove it up your ass, Remy. You ain't got shit on Mark Vinchaka. Mark, how are you? How was your off season and go A&M?
I mean, it was going really well. I mean, in sports wise, it was going really well, and it was looking like it was going to be the best ever. And then it ended in crushing defeat and disappointment. I mean, is what it is. But hey, we're coming into a new year, so or new sports year, and this should be good. Coming off of the picks win, so
Yes.
we'll see if we got to switch shit up again, because I feel like that's the only time I lose, whenever we just switch shit up. And like that's whenever I get screwed.
Coho, Nazario, and Bar all exist on this show. You don't have to win it; you just have to survive their shit. You are the reigning champion. Those last few weeks where everybody's on the same level playing field, I really don't think it affects the people that will be at the top. I think that affects the people at the bottom, because the Coho and Nazario will not use logic when logic's presented to them, and they'll just go reckless abandonment. So, Mark's here. Got to bring it up. First topic: should the tush push be banned? I think that's the number one hot button topic. I put in the chat because I was just like, "What are we talking about?" Every time, tush push, tush push, tush push. Mark had a field day. I was like, "I don't know why we're still talking about this." Overall, it's been an interesting offseason. A lot of, I would say, shakeups, quarterbacks in different spots. Weird off the field issues for a few players, injuries piling up like normal. I think that's just how it always works. I think the most interesting thing is, and I'm a college football fan, so I think it's one of the things, and Robert brought it up before we get into the normal predictions. What are we doing, by the way? Like, what are we doing that you declare for the NFL? Declaring should mean something. Declaring should mean something that you don't get to, you're done. You've entered the pro realm, so that's your pro realm. Now, I know you get paid. One, if you're a college athlete and you're leaving college before, I don't know, your senior year, I think you're stupid, because I think in NIL world, you're making good amount of money. And I think, depending on position, I think you'll get better at your craft if you work on it more and could earn more money. But what do you guys think about college athlete? Like, the Brown situation was wild. The guy was suited up to play tight end for the Browns, and the very next day he was let go and reported to LSU. Look, that's just what's granted. Browns or LSU, I'd go to LSU too. But why the hell didn't you just stay in college? So, Robert, you brought it up, but like, what's your overall take on this thing? And I love it because it was a big thing in college basketball last year. Like, it was all over. Alabama did it. Baylor did it. A few other teams did it. Everybody's like, "This is stupid. You can't do this." And everybody's like, "Well, it's legal. You can do it." NFL does it and like, "Hey, this shit has to stop. You're not doing it in college football." So when you want something done, it has to affect football. So, Robert, thoughts?
Remember what it was like and I guess it's still like this for Olympic athletes, where it was like, if you declared to go pro in something, you cannot participate because it means you're no longer an amateur athlete. It seems like
Right.
as America, we're trying to isolate ourselves even more from what like international competition, how it is that they handle things by not letting people be accountable for their actions anymore. Like,
Yeah.
people hire agents and people hire advisors for the point of telling them, prognosticate for them where they expect to go, and if there's an avenue for them to have a professional career. And then if it fails, shit on you. Like you screwed up unless you're out of eligibility. But apparently in college you can never run out of eligibility. Look at what Carson Beck, like he did it forever. Like apparently you just don't run out. So while it's nice to give people more chances, I think the idea that if you like you snooze, you lose. I think like that's an old style way of thinking of things. And there's a larger thing about society and how we're kind of coddling people even more, and we don't let people take responsibility for stuff. I think it's weird as fuck, but they're gonna allow it. And yeah, I guess kudos to that guy for you leave one swamp to go to another, right? The swamp on the banks of the Ohio, soon to be Lake America, and you go to the actual swamp in Louisiana. So kudos to that guy and anybody else who can manage that.
I'm gonna take the phone away from Grandpa. Jesus Christ, I'm just so over. This is crazy. Mark, what are your thoughts? Or does this only affect you if Texas did this?
I mean, it was never proven that we tried to give Herschel Walker a gold Trans Am. That was only by word of mouth. We didn't do that. But I mean, haven't we known this for a while? The NCAA is just crooked bunch of scumbags. Like nobody actually cares about any of this anymore. I mean, I think when it comes to that, I have no problem with people like trying to get their bags. However, like at some point, like how many more stories do we got to see of like a 27-year-old man protesting to still play in college football? Like you graduated 4 fucking years ago. You're not Tommy Boy stupid, okay? Like I know you're like passing class. It's like nobody's like failing, the fucking quarterback of the school. So yeah, like at some point, yeah, you just got to move on. You got like 5 years. Like you got some redshirt. COVID helped you out a little bit by packing on a couple, and then just fucking move it along. All right, like that's. I mean, there's already like such a fine line between college and the pros now, and it feels like it's just getting kind of blurred like the longer we go on.
Well, like the thing is, I think it's hilarious to me. It's like there's just no bigger drop off like between like the NFL level and the college, like in aspect, right? Because there's so many college teams, and like Tim Tebow was God himself on a Florida Gators team that was able to do what it did. He was shit in the NFL, like arguably bad. Like yes, that one pass. Like, we all talk about the one pass, but he did. Like that didn't. He national champion, won Heisman, won, went to the pros, nothing. Same thing like Trinidad Chambliss. Like he's like, this is my 6th year in college. I want to play for Ole Miss again. Like no, son, go on, fly. He's like, no, I can't. I'm gonna be a 3rd round draft pick. I'm never gonna see the field. Like I need to go back one more time. And like you have like Dante Moore, like clear number 2 quarterback. Says, fuck that, I don't want to go play for the Jets, so I'm going to go back to school. It's like, I understand that. My thing is, I understand staying in school. Like, as much as you get 5 years, whatever you want to share. If you want to redshirt, fine. Make your bag, make your money. There's no, like, the numbers on amount of NIL that was spent this year was like $2 billion, which is just, so there's like some dumbass team out there that spent like $20 million that's going to get fucking boat raced by Alabama or Georgia and then be like, what'd that $2 million get me? I don't know, a bunch of corn-fed hicks that just try to block the guy that faces a 6'8" D line that just kills him. Like, it's mind-blowing, that stuff. So there's all these teams, and like, you got to think like Drew Aller, Carson Beck, in the national championship game. What was he, a 3rd-round draft pick? Like, they don't equal. France Mendoza won the Heisman, is the number 1 overall pick. He's not even starting. So all these stuff about, like, being to the top, like, I understand, but, like, I think it's just better agents being like, bro, like, if this was a video game and we looked at your thing, like, buddy, you're peaking here. You're going to be a 5th-round pick. So if you leave, you can't come back. But if you stay, here's probably $1.5 million to just come back to school and be the big man on campus. Your choice. What do you want to do with it? So I think it's really silly. I think it's dumb. And of course, it's Lane Kiffin that did it. Like, I'm not shocked at all that he was the guy that brought 2 college athletes like right back. Like, and then like you get still players in the NBA. Like, oh, I tried to play college basketball, and now I'm going to Baylor. No, you played against Jason Tatum. You don't get to go play Baylor. Like, that doesn't work. It's crazy. It just reminds me of the bench warmers. Is I'm 12. Like, the guy hands the thing, he's like, I'm 12. Like, no, you're not. You're not in school anymore. Go home. Your max age should be 24, 25. Get out. Like, if we're doing everything correct, like, not even that, like, 22, it's for 4 years if you're 18 entry. So, like, 23, maybe? We got 26. Indiana won with the most, like, old people on the fucking team. Those are grown men. They had 401k set up. They were not doing keg stands anymore. Like, what are you doing? They had to go to bed by 8. It's crazy.
It's like everybody's the Brandon Whedon, like, we'd go on a mission and come out at 28. That's like a normal thing now. Like, people are basically that. It's crazy.
All right. So we are into the power rankings portion of the night.
I can't wait.
First graphics you're going to see is going to be 32-17. You're going to save the top spot. You'll know where the top spot is over remaining teams, but we'll go through that and we'll see where we all sit and where we, how we think it all looks. So that is the grouping that we have came up with. I have some thoughts. I have some curiosity. I would love to get through people's mindset. So at number 32, you have the Dolphins. Number 31, the Browns. 30, the Cardinals. 29, the Jets. 28, Raiders. 27, the Falcons. 26, the Titans. 25, the Saints. 24, the New York Giants or Concussion Bros. 23, Panthers. 22, Commanders. 21, Bucks. 20, Colts. 19, Steelers. 18, Vikings. And 17, Bengals. So overall, what stands out to you most at the bottom? Now, this was supposed to be, and I don't know if everybody did this, based on if entering the season, where do we project these teams to go based on not last year, what they did in the offseason, projecting forward. So what stands out to you? I think the one that stands out the most to me is I don't understand truly how the Jets are 29 even over the Browns and Cardinals, because I think they are up there as the worst team because they are literally starting Geno Smith. They didn't do really anything. That's all. Like, people, they didn't sign anybody noteworthy to be like, oh, that's changed. They did come off of basically trading everybody. So overall thoughts on the Jets? Did you got? Well, I can also say, let me see where everybody had the Jets. So they did have everybody. I think they had everybody lower. So the Jets was my 31, Scully's 31. Mark had them at 25.
Whoa.
You're sick in the head. 29 for Coho, 29 for Robert, 29 for Barr. So, Mark, you're the most bullish on him to the 25 mark, which would put us where the Saints are. You're muted, so that steak was so good you had
You might. I don't even remember muting myself. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why you're saying I'm bullet. They're still in the bottom quarter of the league. Like, I don't think they're gonna be any good.
Well, okay. For this example, let's do this. Dolphins, Browns, Falcons, Cardinals, Raiders, Titans, Colts. Those are the teams that you had ranked below
Okay.
the Jets. So
Okay.
what makes the Jets better than, I would say, like, for example, I think the highest up there, number 20 the Colts. Why would you separate them?
All right, just real quick, like Falcons, Browns, Dolphins.
Yep.
Or not Falcons, or at least Cardinals, Browns, Dolphins are like teams that are actively just not trying this year. So I feel like they're definitively the worst teams.
Okay.
I'm nervous, at least what the Falcons still don't have a quarterback. So they're going to have like the same issues that Minnesota had all year long. So they're going to suck. Like Raiders feel like they're probably going to struggle. The Raiders and Titans just kind of give the vibe they're going to struggle again. And the Colts, we're acting like Daniel Jones is going to be 100% coming off that torn Achilles. Like I have almost no faith in the Colts. They're also now sneakily in a very tough division. So like I think them being as high as 20 is a little nuts to me, honestly. I think they should be like kind of more bottom quarter. And I feel like at the very least the Jets have a team that can compete. They can at least maybe sneak away with a couple division wins. Like they can still beat the Dolphins. Like I feel like the Jets are at least actively trying to win games this year. Mainly because like Aaron Glenn, I think knows he's probably going to get fired if they have like another bad season. So I think at the very least, and also change of scenery for Geno, I think is maybe not necessarily a terrible thing. Like I'm not expecting him to be as bad as he was in a Raiders uniform.
So I kind of pretty fascinating because this is actually a really good thing that you pulled up. So probably the Colts are probably our most up and down team across the rankings. Scully has the Colts at 17.
Oh,
Nuts.
I had them at 23 because I think that defense and run game are enough to definitely get them through a lot of teams. And I don't think they'll have the hardest schedule. They have a hard division. I don't disagree with you. I think the division has gotten significantly harder than it was. Now you got my dogs, the Piss Cats, and here he is. There we go.
Oh, I made it.
So this is the first one where we're basically going through of like where we think everything is thing. We're currently on the Colts discussion, which is a perfect point. I have them at 23. Mark had them lower than the Jets at 26.
Holy shit.
Robert had them at 22. So me and Robert are basically lockstep. Barr had them at 18. Coho had them at number 9.
Yeah.
On the entering the season. So I'm really curious. And there are some certain teams that we will discuss in the second half because he has this team ranked higher. Mark's Bane points were Daniel Jones' Achilles. Is he going to be healthy? That division got way harder over the offseason. What was your justification of number 9?
Also, Alec Pierce. I got to mention Alec Pierce. So, like, we don't know how healthy he's going to be going this season.
Okay, sure.
I mean, my whole thing was watching that team. Even with Phillip Rivers out there, they were like competitive. They lost because they had a 45-year-old hucking the football and you couldn't get it as far as you used to. But like that team, when Daniel Jones was there and healthy, looked like a real Super Bowl contender. And I think most of them are going to be back and playing at the same level. You have a full season with Sauce Gardner, which I think is a really big thing. And I think Daniel Jones is going to be healthy and he's going to be fine. Even if Daniel Jones comes in playing at like 75-60% of the level that he was last season, I think they'll do really well because they're a well-coached team and they have a lot of talent on that team. So I think they have a lot of potential this year.
I mean, like, I want to come in here for a second. Like,
Go ahead.
A big part of like Daniel Jones's game, though, is his mobility. Say whatever you will about his talents or whatever, mobility is his main thing. And first year off the Achilles is always rough on players' is mobility. So, like, I feel like the worst version is going to be him like a statue out there, and he can't move. He's just going to be sacked a lot. And then they're going to rely on the run game a lot, which we've seen this happen to the Colts in the past. Like, teams just fucking stack the box against them, and like Jonathan Taylor's not going to do much. And yeah, like I guess they can grind out a handful of games and go 8-9, whatever. But like, I just don't think the Colts are like any serious contenders this year.
I do just want to point out he had the lowest rushing stats of his entire career, and that's just going off the games he played. He was not running around last year, and they were succeeding without him running around. That was not part of his game last year when they were
right. No. I think you're looking at it wrong. So he's not talking about active running the ball like downfield to get yards. He's talking about getting out of the pocket and moving the pocket to get people to open, and he's not going to be able to. His mobility is the reason he can separate from the people. And the thing is, he's going to be limp, similar to Mahomes at the start. I would assume that he's not going to be able to open it up. So there's that thought process behind it. I have more of a curiosity, and maybe I'm wrong. Hear me out. Just 17, 18, 19. Fair. Two are featured on this show. So I think there are glaring problems in 17, 18, 19. And I think we would be dumb to remiss. I think the bottom row, 21, 22, 23, and 24, may have more upside than the teams that are at 17, 18, 19. Because, one, we'll find out later in predictions, I am very bullish on the team from Washington. I'm very bullish this year. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be good regardless if he wants number 5 or not. I think he's going to be a lot better. I think that team's going to be a lot better. I think they're going to be a lot better defensively. I think we all learned a lot, last year from the Carolina Panthers. I think that if we started the show and had Bryce Young where we had him and where we would end him this year, sure, he didn't look great in that playoff game, but overall, I don't know a lot of quarterbacks that would have been behind that offensive line. And then I think the Giants were arguably one of the most exciting teams last year. Another year, another step forward. He's got sign off for number 45 and 47, so that could be a plus. I don't know if that's a plus or a minus at this point. I'm not really sure, but Dart's a big, got America on his side. So, what happens there? And then you also have the Bucs. That I'm still a Baker believer. I think he's a bad coach, but I think there are more upside because I think 19's as close to AARP as you possibly can get. So, but if they can return to fine wine, I like the opportunity because I think that sets it. You have a quarterback in number 18 that can't see over his offensive line. That's troubling. He can throw the ball, but can he see them? That's question marks. And, I mean, are the Bengals ever going to be able to figure it fully out? If you look at the stats, it's disgusting. And it's a lot, that defense, I didn't get improved. It got hurt. Didn't they lose their main pass rusher this year?
They are bringing in Dexter Lawrence, which I don't know how much of a help that is. But
overall thoughts on my take, and you two are defenders because I have your rankings and some of you have them pretty high. So I'm just curious. Go ahead.
I'll go.
Okay.
I guess my thing is with the Panthers is, they had a good end and there was momentum on their side, and they definitely have pieces that I like a lot, and Bryce has gotten better and their coach seems to kind of have a way to build around them. They have a first place schedule and they're not a first place team. They are going to have growing pains this season. I think a bit of a reality check. I think that they will continue to grow, and I think they're going to be solid. I just don't think the Panthers are there yet where I'm confident. I could be wrong on them this year. I just don't feel very confident on them continuing what they had at the end of last year.
I just want one counterpunch.
Sure.
The three teams that I said, 17, 18, 19, way harder division.
True.
Then what the Panthers are going to have to uphill, regardless if it's a first base schedule.
I don't disagree. It's the other. Well, yes, maybe you win 5 of your division games. You might lose most of the out of division and out of conference games you play because it is tough. Their schedule's rough. So
That's fair.
that's sort of my only thing. And then with the Commanders, I again, it's another thing of I really like their coach. I like their quarterback when he's healthy. I like his 2 receiver weapons. They're old, but they're still good. The thing that I'm worried about with the Commanders is health. And the thing I'm worried about with the Buccaneers is organizational malpractice in how Baker does not want to be there because they won't pay him. The conversations on that are fucking closed. Baker's out of there as soon as he can. And there's not much around him that I love. Like, Egbuka's good, and when Godwin is on the field, is he still the guy he was before? I don't know. Whereas, like, with 17, 18, 19, with the Steelers, the reason I believe in the Steelers is at least a little bit.
You don't.
At least a little bit. At least a little bit.
You had them at 21.
In comparison to the other 3, is more so. But in comparison to what we're talking about, the upside to believe in the Steelers is if McCarthy and Rodgers can make it work.
You had Bengals and them in the lower 20s.
I don't believe in the Bengals fucking at all. I think this team is absolutely no-go. But to take the floor for my beloved Vikings for 1 second. We play in the hardest division in football, and it doesn't seem to matter because we are able to hang with those teams every single year, even when people are like, oh, the Vikings suck. We have the best defensive coordinator in football. We have one of the best offensive-minded coaches in football. We have the best wide receiver in football. And I think Kyler Murray, if he plays just 15 games of consistent Kirk Cousins-ass football, we're going to the playoffs. Because this team had J.J. McCarthy, Max Brosmer, and Carson Wentz, and won 9 games and beat the Packers and Lions in back-to-back weeks with one guy throwing -6 yards to do it. So our defense is good. We have not lost that many pieces. The defensive line is the only thing on the Vikings that worries me, but I really like our rookies. And Kyler, I think if he is even just
If he goes down, you're over.
What?
If he goes down, you're done.
Oh, if Kyler's down, this is a done. Season's dead. I agree. But if our quarterback is okay, like the most mediocre guy, I think we're a playoff team because that's how talented the rest of the roster is.
Okay. Mark. Oh, no, Robert. Go ahead.
I'll say for basically everybody on this list, that's kind of the case. If their quarterback goes down, it's kind of curtains for them. So we'll say that.
That's fair.
18. So I have all of these teams ranked around where they are, except for 18, who I had a little bit lower. Based mostly on the idea of what Koha had mentioned with having the hardest
number
division
24.
In football. I had him at 24. The hardest division in football. You know, Arizona couldn't have been happier to get rid of Kyler. I know his stats. I know where he has goodness within him. I know the weapons he has around him. I'm just thinking about the schedule and what that means. Yes, in key positions, 19 is old. But it is also surrounded by a lot of youth. And they have done a lot in the offseason to make themselves better. The division is tough-ish. I'll say that. I did, and we'll get into it, predict one of those teams to have the most wins. And it wasn't mine. But that team also, there's also new coaches in new places. Some teams get bumps from having the new coaches. 19's new coach is someone who's done it before in places where I think he had, I don't want to say less talent, but maybe not as cohesive of talent. And again, 21-20, I had Bucks at 17. I still believe in the Bucks. I still like they can fill in the gaps of Mike Evans with Egbuka, with if Jalen McMillan comes back. I like the Ted Hurst guy. He's on the dynasty team for me. And Bucky with Gainwell. I like the bits of that. So I think Baker will be angry and he'll play angry. I would move Washington lower because of the Tunsil injury now. The line scares me more. If Diggs was in camp and had been there longer than he has now, I feel better about his cohesion with Jaden Daniels. But I think they'll be okay. But I had them 21. So I had them right where they are. But I would probably move them lower now. Carolina, if you look at my dynasty team, I love Carolina. My dynasty team is filled with Panthers because I enjoy the offensive sets they run, who it is they feature within that offense. If Jonathan Brooks, I'll knock on as much wood as I can for him because he needs it. if he's healthy, that's a decent running game with decent weapons and a quarterback coach combo. I think they're working further out and being better. I had the Bengals about this level too, just because I'll give them the benefit of the doubt till they don't get the benefit of the doubt. So
Well, Mark,
for me, all these people are around where they are.
Mark, you're the most bullish. You had the Bengals at 9.
Huh.
And you shit on the Colts, so please explain.
I don't really like a lot of this is going to sound like hyperbole. I just feel really good about the Bengals going into this year. They are the only team in that division where nothing has really changed about their situation. They're going in with basically the same setup. And they've been able to win games before with that setup. The only thing that's really kept them from winning games is defense and injuries. And everybody, like at least on that offense, is coming in better. I mean, like I think where I'm expecting Burrow to go into the season healthy. I think they're probably going to limp along kind of like they usually do throughout the first month. Probably go like 1-4 or whatever. But honestly, I expect them to turn around. I had them finishing like 12-5, tied with the Ravens for the top of the division. Like I just feel very good about the Bengals situation. It's like I don't really feel like there's not a ton I think they have to do to at least like kind of fill in like their team cohesion. Like so I feel good about them. And like I will like half agree with Koho at least on the Vikings. Like the Vikings, their main problem was quarterback play. And Kyler is at least going to give you serviceable quarterback play. And like that is enough.
I mean, yeah, he's a million times better than 9.
Yeah.
So
like he's going to give them like an extra 4 or so wins 4 or 5 or so wins that they should have had last year. And I think it's going to be enough to keep them competitive in the division. Like the NFC North is going to be a bloodbath this year anyway. Like everybody is at least kind of good. So feel good about that. And I would say just at least on 22 to 21 to 24, it's kind of where I have all of them. And there really isn't a whole lot. I think everybody in that row is kind of they got to kind of prove it to me this year. Like I like all those teams. I want to believe in all those teams. Like I mean, we can talk up the Panthers all we want, but still they won the division like going like what 8-9. I mean, so it's not like they're a good football team anyway.
But I would say like they started bad and then they were able to pick up that momentum near the end, which I think shows about a bunch of teams.
Yep.
Sure. Like and I mean like I don't know. Like in that division is still going to be kind of bit of a mosh. Although personally, I think the winner of that division is going to be the Saints this year. I think the Saints are kind of also same logic for the Bengals. Like
their injuries scared the shit out of me.
They did have good momentum towards the end of last year, but I don't know how much that's going to translate to staying healthy.
I think that quarterback is going to be found out. That's all I'm going to say. I think the script is going to be very out on him. I think
Tyler Shuck?
I do not. As a guy that lost a lot of money on Louisville, I'll tell you, I do not believe him as a great quarterback option.
Yeah, and just like real quick, Lisa, it's like real quick on the Bucs. Nobody wants to believe in Baker Mayfield more than me. I love me some Baker Mayfield. But him and the Bucs finished last season about as bad as you could.
Yeah.
And like I mean, I like that he's going into the year fired up. That I think that at least like looks good. But I mean, yeah, I have to see them be more consistent. I think for me to have more faith in them than I do. Because 21 to me, because that's exactly where I am. That's about right to me.
Okay.
I want to say one thing before. I am bullish on my team, but I have them at 16. So it's not like we're that far off.
Coho has Vikings at 8. Top 10.
I fully believe there's a world where the Vikings win the North. I do think there's a possibility.
Jesus Christ.
I think every team in the North realistically could win it or lose it. I think that's how good all 4 teams are. So
I
The gap's not
don't
going to be that.
necessarily disagree with that statement.
The
I
gap's not going to be
100%
that big.
disagree with that.
because
The
just
gap's not
to
gonna
point
be
out what
that
Mark
big.
said. Mark said that he thinks the Vikings win 4 or 5 more games with Kyler Murray as quarterback play. That means that makes them a 13 or 14 win team because we finished 9-8.
Well, Mark says a lot of stupid shit at
Hey.
times.
Just saying.
I'm
know
just
they
saying the
were
past.
weird about that.
I'm saying the past. All I'm saying is when Kyler was good, when we last saw Kyler be really, really good, was what?
2023? 2?
When did D Hop play there?
20 is when he had his
21
best
or
season.
22. He left in 1.
20. So we're living on something that's way in the past, and he's going to a place that is way harder. And he played a lot of West Coast situations. That motherfucker's going to the deep north, where he's going to have to play in Soldier Field and in Green Bay. And the defenses are harder up there. I don't think there's a shot in hell that he makes it out of this season under center. I just don't. You haven't showed me that. You can't tell me he's going to be good. I think he's careless with his body. I think he runs reckless. And no offense, the height's a problem. It will always be a problem. You can't tell me it's not a problem. He can gun it.
In the world of the weather thing, though, we play Soldier Field week 2 in September, and we play Lambeau, I think, late October, early November. So it's not cold either outside game. So
fair enough, but okay. Defense alone is going to be a lot. He has not played that hard of when he was rolling into 2020. The 49ers were tops, and the Seahawks had fallen off. And holy shit, who's the other team out there? Fucking
Rams.
Rams.
The Rams were not like that. I'm just saying,
But again, the Vikings did sweep the Lions last year with JJ McCarthy.
I don't give a shit what they did last season.
And beat those teams more often than we lose them, even with
right.
that.
I don't. Yep. Again, you're listen. One thing is true about this show. Your hatred for Dan Campbell is well documented, and I believe that you will sweep them this year because you say you'll sweep them every year. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, we swept them last year. I don't think we're going to sweep them this year, to be clear.
Oh, look at you being bullish. Okay, we're into the top half. That lasted a little bit longer than anticipated, so it's okay. This one shouldn't be much of a shock to people, but here is your top 16 of the season. So I don't think it's shocking at the number 1 spot at this point in time if you're going off season and everything that loaded into the situation. But I think there's some interesting points to bring up. I think a lot of people, I think it happens every time. If a team went to the Super Bowl and didn't look great, they're going to be looked down on a little bit. So for them to be under the Bills, I think is just let's call a spade a spade. People are still hoping the Josh Allen thing happens. This group is literally on the knees for Josh Allen at any point in time. They love the man. He does no wrong. I get to hear Nazario talk about his second favorite team another year about the Buffalo Bills. I just think personally, I understand the schedule is harder. I understand all the situation behind it. I understand. I just don't see the drop off that everybody else does with the Patriots. I just don't. Believe what you want. That team played super well against everybody they played. And yes, you can say it has a weak schedule. But overall, I still think that talent is still going to be there, regardless what it is, because we've seen teams play weaker schedules and still get the shit beat out of them. Patriots beat Buffalo. That's out there. I don't know. They're not better than Buffalo entering the season. It's just not in my beliefs. There's no way. Thoughts?
Which part are we reacting to?
Yeah.
Well, you can take what I said, and then we can go through the other teams. But I'm saying right now, to put them at 8 entering this offseason, gaining a number one receiver, which they didn't have last year at all. Who they had
And a
last
good
year?
number 2. He had Diggs, but he didn't play a lot.
I think the only thing I'm kind of worried about the Patriots is, listen, we gotta say, it has nothing to do with football. There's nothing to do with football. Just
what?
I'm come on.
We're really that's the hang up. He doesn't have a job anymore. What are we talking about?
It's not nothing.
It's a lot of nothing. It's nothing.
We gotta see how they react to it. It's just their head coach was involved in one of the biggest football scandals ever.
Oh my God. Do you know who the head coach of the fucking New England Patriots was prior to Mike Vrabel?
I don't think Mike Vrabel is Bill Belichick, though, in terms of being immune.
Or did you mean Gerard Mayo?
What I'm saying is that team overall, there's nothing he diddled the reporter for a long time. Who cares? Who remotely this is what's crazy about this league. Oh, this is going to be a soapbox. I can't wait. Sorry, week one. We sweep under the rug all the time. Domestic assault, fucking drunk driving, reckless endangerment, blah, blah, blah. This man had an affair. 2 consenting adults decided to bump uglies for years, and we're... Oh my God, Drake May, what are you going to do with your coach? He slept with Rossini. Is he going to be able to throw the ball over the middle? What are we fucking talking about? It makes no sense.
I'm not going to fully disagree with you, but it was a huge-ass story for, fucking the entire summer.
It is not nothing because it is a distraction for Vrabel, where Vrabel's not focused on football and has to take significant time away in the offseason to not be around the team. It will impact the team.
When did that report come out for you?
What do you mean?
That he took significant time away from the team.
He wasn't involved in almost the entire draft process because of this.
That was a decision made. Yes, the draft. He didn't say, "Hey, rookies, you're." No, it doesn't.
Don't affect your team.
No, it doesn't matter because if he's drafting the players or not drafting the players, it doesn't matter if he's fucking there. If he didn't show up to the team meetings, I have a problem. He did do those.
He could have.
He took the draft weekend off where he didn't hand in a card. What the fucking demand? Or are we saying Kyle Shanahan's not a good coach because he got into a drunk driving? And now all the players are going to be like, "Oh man, he doesn't know how to drive a vehicle."
Okay, that is not even
close. He driving drunk? I thought he got hit.
People talked about Kyle Shanahan for a day. They talked about Mike Vrabel's dick for 4 months.
Right, and that's the problem with this league. I don't. If this happened right before week 1, I give you. They've had the entire offseason to work through this. This is no longer a thing.
It hasn't come up as much, which is a real big plus for them. But it's not nothing. Saying it's nothing they can't deal with. It's crazy to me.
I'll put it back on football slightly. I don't believe in AJ Brown as still being a number 1 top talent receiver. I think there are significant question marks around AJ Brown as a personality and as someone who is maybe not the best locker room guy, and that has translated on the field to not good play. So I need to see how he does in a new system with a change of scenery. I could be wrong, but that's one of my biggest hangups.
Not a new system. Very returning system.
A new old system or an old new system. You know what I mean?
Maybe a coach you respect versus a coach you didn't respect.
I think Mike Vrabel's a good coach.
I know he's already had this player.
Oh, I mean, sure. Yeah. But I just do think it is again not nothing to see how Brown goes. Go ahead.
Cody, what's a respectable slot for the Patriots? Top 5? Is that?
No, I'm okay where they're ranked because I do believe the NFC is the strongest division, and I believe the Broncos are the strongest team. I have a problem that the Patriots are higher and significant. I more have a problem with the Bills are ranked higher than the Bears, Eagles, and Lions going into the season because that's just fool's gold that we keep falling into. Because it's also another problem at number 13 down there. When the fuck are we ever going to stop believing that this team is have you ever seen another fool's gold of like, hey, this team looks great in the regular season and literally pisses down their leg more than Justin Herbert in a playoff game?
The fantasy football may have attributed to that ranking a little bit.
And the
That's
Mike
what I'm saying. Like, so my thing is like, do I think Josh Allen's a great quarterback? 1,000%. I think he's literally top 5 of quarterback. But the fact of the matter is, we can't keep giving him the edge when they made a horrible head coach decision, an absolute garbage of a head coach decision. Kept the problems in house. Like, you fired one and just brought the apprentice up and think that we're going to be able to run. I just think it's wild that we keep believing the Bills. This is the year that we're going to see them move a little bit higher. How?
I guess my question to you is if you stack the Bills and Patriots against each other, quarterback for quarterback, skill position, defense, coach, do you think the Patriots are better in every area or in all areas but quarterback, or what?
I mean, thanks for asking me like every other level of thing.
I'm saying the four main things.
Coach is not close. Coach is 100% not close.
That's fair.
Coach is night and day because you're getting a guy that literally learned under the guy that got fired and was horrible too. So his whole game management and situations, he's going to fall into routines and be comfortable. I think defense is not even remotely close. I think the Patriots are a way better defensive team because the Bills. Sure. The Bills have, and Vrabel is a defensive mind coach. So overall, you have that edge. You have a defensive coordinator and Vrabel on that staff. I think the only way that they match difference is, I think skills are even, because I would love the two-headed monster of the running back core of the Patriots. I think are just as good as James Cook by himself. Like, James Cook's going to do a lot, but if he takes the workload. And then Josh Allen's better than Drake May. That's the fact.
Do you think? I guess I'm going to try and find the best way to phrase it. When you look at the Patriots and the Bills in their, I don't know how to phrase what I'm trying to say. I guess you don't believe in Josh Allen, which is fine. But do you?
That's not what I said.
I mean, sort of. That's what you're saying.
I don't believe in the puzzle piece that is the Bills. I don't believe they have put together a strong team again and expected to do well, because if Josh Allen doesn't Superman, they don't win. That's just how it always is.
Do you think the Christian Gonzalez stuff is going to matter?
I was going to ask about that part.
No.
Okay. I think it will.
And I think overall this may be a hot take. I think the secondary of a NFL team is literally one of the most, like, up there with RBs in football, because there has been 7th, 6th, 5th rounders that they've been able to develop if you find the core and get people. Look at literally what the Chiefs have done numerous times, and other teams have taken people low rounds. So one piece of that DB situation, I don't put as, I think he's a great person. I think they need him on that team to be successful. But I think
the best in the league at his position, though. That's the thing. Gonzalez is arguably the best at his position in football, which is what's
I don't know if he's pound for pound 1-1.
I mean,
no, he might be 1B.
He's not Revis Island. They don't cut off an entire thing. They go against him. They challenge him a lot. Do they look stupid? Yes. But I'm saying, I don't think one play. Now you say he's not on the team. Sure. I think where the argument where I'm standing from is, I think it's Patriots are saying the Bills are not better than the 3 teams that they are ahead of in this ranking. If you want to put them next to each other, fine. But there's no way that's not the gap. You don't realistically think that you're picking the Bills this season to be better than the Bears, the Eagles, and the Lions. That's crazy.
I would.
Okay.
So, Cody, I think maybe, and I have the Bills ranked here, but I have the Patriots ranked higher. Not that it matters. I think the teams behind them either haven't proven it as consistently as the Bills, and you could say based on how it is that they did it. Well, and the Bears have done it for 1 year. The Eagles just had a step back year, and so did the Lions. And the Patriots have only done it for 1 year. So we're kind of in these in between, like they haven't
What have
done
the
it
Bills
as
done?
consistently.
Won the
They've
division.
won the
everything.
division and won double-digit games.
I mean,
and all these
like,
things.
That's also the thing about the Bills is like, we talk about the Bills' problems. They still end the year with like 12 fucking wins. They win the division.
And they were
Get to
still
the
like
championship or
When
division.
they won their division, are we not going to act when they won their division? Patriots were
right,
rebuilding.
yes, the Patriots won. The Patriots
Jets were
won.
assholes. Dolphins were assholes. So they were showing up to what
Yeah,
competition?
But they still like make playoff runs, and they're still like
When
gonna be like in the
did they
top
make the
5,
AFC
top 6.
Championship game? When's the last time they made the AFC Championship
Was
game?
it 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Was it 20,
That
30,
was like 2
24?
years ago.
Have they won? Have they went? Have they won the AFC Championship game ever?
No,
No,
because
but
they
that's
had
still like
Superman
top
Patrick
4.
Mahomes
Like I don't
to
know
go
what we're doing here.
against.
Well, we still have the Kansas City Chiefs at 11. And if we're going off of who's done it more consistently and who's been there and who's
But
done
then-
this, they're fucking
But
11.
Mahomes coming off at 8.
I will jump
Kansas
in.
City's
I
got
agree with
got a
Cody.
couple issues going
I'll
on.
jump in with Cody right now.
If Brady tore his ACL in Kansas City like he did the next year, they're not putting him lower at 11.
I'll jump in with Cody. The Chiefs are too low, to be honest with you. The Chiefs,
I
I would believe in the Chiefs way more than Bill.
I had them lower too. Like
I had him lower.
You guys are nuts. The Kansas City Chiefs have one offseason, but every single year that they've been around with Mahomes and Reed, they have
I love this
made
fucking
the
show.
AFC Championship game or fucking won it.
I'm so
Last
happy
year's
that
the
this is
only
not a full
outlier
roster.
we have, and that's an injury year.
I just need to know they're throwing the ball to.
Doesn't matter. They won a Super Bowl throwing it to Marcus Valdez-Scantling.
Rashid Rice is not facing any other time, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, but he also
Xavier
gets
Worthy is
injured by
a good-
Xavier Worthy.
Travis
still
Kelce is still a good tight end. Why are we pretending Travis Kelce's not good?
I
still
mean,
good.
he's
Bobby.
He's
not
still
the same
good.
tight end. He's not the same tight end he was when they won the Super Bowls.
Well, that's fucking yeah. He ain't
Like,
a
it's
Antonio
been 2
Gates.
years since they went to a Super Bowl, and
Bro
Travis
was
Kelce was instrumental in
contemplating
getting them there
retirement.
2 years ago.
Yeah, just this last season.
And they
Like
got
he was ready to pack it up. Like
Yeah, I was surprised they came back.
the ACL scares me. Their defense had a lot of holes last year, and like that's a big part of what
And they lost
made
Trevor
them.
Duffy.
That was a big part of what made them great and what built that Super Bowl, built that dynasty. And like we have not seen like lightning in a bottle Mahomes in a very, very long time.
And you know why? He's had Matt Nagy as his play caller. Who's back this year? Eric fucking Bieniemy is his play caller again this year. The guy who
That's
made
true.
Mahomes,
That's
lightning in a bottle Mahomes, is back under the play calling sheet.
Yeah,
They still have
that's true.
Spags running the defense, and
Where's
they
Nagy now?
reloaded. That defense reloaded in the draft. They look really good on paper. And
Where
then
did
you have-
Nagy go?
Nagy, I have no idea, and I do not.
Like-
I think Chicago.
Like I gotta,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
telling
Chicago.
But just
I gotta see it. Like the
put a
Chiefs all of a
bow on
sudden
it.
have a lot of question marks.
the
They have a
number
lot
one
more
problem
question marks
that
in their
team
team
had
than like
last
other teams in their
This is the
division.
Giants.
What about the Bills? What do the Bills need to show you? When do they need to like when like the Ravens are down here?
Okay. Well,
The number one hole the Chiefs had
I mean-
last year was that they had to throw because they could not run, and they filled that gap with arguably
Giants.
the best possible gap they could.
yeah.
He's with
Well,
the Giants.
with the
man.
two-
I mean
He's with the
that's
Giants.
that's gonna help. I'm not gonna argue.
For a
I
few
feel like
weeks,
Kenneth
Kenneth
Walker's
Walker's
Kenneth Walker's the least talked about free agent pickup for a team that I've ever seen. He immediately fills their gap on the run game, which was their biggest problem last year. So
Wow.
Mahomes doesn't have to do everything this year.
That's because they're worried like that he'll actually be able to play through a whole season. 'Cause he
Well, they also
doesn't
got
have
yeah.
that.
I need to see their defense return to form. Like that is my big thing. If it is, I could be way wrong on them. And like I'd be willing to admit it.
Okay.
You guys just short the Chiefs every year, hoping that one of these years is the year. That
I
they win.
never
Last
short the
year was
Chiefs.
it,
I'm
but it's
shorting
not
them this
happening
year.
anymore. Last
I
year was
never
the year
short.
you guys shorted them, and we're
Robert
right
has
this
them at
time.
13, which is around there.
Around there.
Bar's at 10. Mark is at 20.
I'm at 20. I did
Oh,
have
okay. Well,
Move
then
on.
I'm not.
Let me do my job. Scully's at 14. Nazario is at 6. Listen, there's one more thing that I have a huge problem with. One, I love that the Cowboys are here at 16, which I actually do love their offseason moves. Will it all work out? Who knows? It never does normally, but their offensive moves look great. Fuck you all. 12 and 13 are a damn crying shame. You should all be ashamed of yourselves.
I knew that was going to piss you off.
What, they're too low? One of them is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jaguars should be inside the top 10.
You're stupid.
I have them. I have them lower.
Oh, did they get a new quarterback?
Yeah, that's kind of.
Did the new quarterback show up?
Good. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Stupid. You are a dumb individual.
Mark Menchaca will deadass look you in the eye and go, Mahomes, bad quarterback. Trevor Lawrence finished 5th in MVP voting, so he's a good quarterback. With one fucking MVP vote, Trevor Lawrence, he's better than Patrick Mahomes.
Horrible.
I'm a believer in that team. I
just need to see him do it
I
again.
am a believer in half of the NFC South going into this year. I know we'll talk about that other team, but I'm a believer in the Jaguars. I really like Liam Cohen as head coach. I feel like he really turned around that team. The Jaguars just feel like a nice, scrappy team. Like this could be like, what was it, 2 seasons ago when I thought, they were going to take a big step forward and then they didn't. Like, could be like that. You never know. Like also that their schedule is not that bad too. Like it is a very it is a very good schedule to go easily get 12 wins or so.
What worries me most about the Jaguars is their draft. They got every guy they wanted on their board, and what that means is I think they are terrible.
Were
at
you in the
talent
fucking
evaluation.
room?
It means they are really bad at talent evaluation, and I am very, very intrigued to see if they either got a bunch of steals or really fucking bad at grading who to draft. And I think that will matter a lot on their team. Plus, I don't know I don't know what the Travis Hunter of it all means. I don't know what he's playing corner, I think primarily this year. I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know if that will help them. I don't know what he's going to look like as an offensive threat. I have no idea what this team looks like.
I mean, they got Parker Washington. They don't need him.
And Jacoby Myers. Mark, they have the 18th
Jacoby Myers, of course.
easiest schedule, so it's not like the best schedule. I'll just say that. It is a little
okay. We've went an hour. Give me final thoughts on the top. What your final thoughts? It can be like a ramble of all the things you want to get out of your chest because we got to get to the predictions of tonight.
This top 5 matches my exact top 5. Interestingly enough, I don't have. There's not been that the highest difference for me has been 6 spots. So there hasn't been any crazy things to me. I think we're just trying to evaluate off-season moves with schedule differences and expectations versus results that have happened. And this is what we've come up with. Obviously, we have pain points between us all, between our teams, and teams that we either ride for or don't ride for typically when we do this show. So I don't see anything really terrible here that makes me go,
just wait until we do the schedule prediction for the live team. So that's going to be fun.
I'll rip through mine really fast. The Chiefs are way too low. I really think the Chiefs are going to have a storm back season. I'm very interested in the Ravens. I want to see what Jesse Minter as a coach looks like. I think it could be great. I think the Ravens could have a really, really good year, or they will be just okay. And if they are just okay again with a new head coach, the questions now I think turn to Lamar a little bit more. I think the Lions are going to be better than last year. I think the Bears might be. I'm excited to see what the Bears do. I think they have all the pieces to be really good this year. It's going to depend on how they face the pressure of expectation. Eagles are going to be good. Broncos, I like their offseason moves. I think they're going to continue. Seahawks, I think, are going to regress. All those losses, I think, matter. I think it will add up. I don't think they're going to be bad, but I think they're going to regress and be a...
That's just for your Jack
No,
Pinchuk.
I don't. It's not even a Darnold thing. I don't think Darnold is nearly the problem with that team. I think he's a good quarterback. And I think the Rams are far and away the best team in the league right now, especially if they make that off. If Aaron Donald just finally signs with this team in his back, I think that is an overwhelming cherry on top that they don't need. So it'll be interesting.
Mark?
Yes, 3 quick things. 1, if the Bears play every quarter like it's the fourth quarter, they'll win the Super Bowl this year.
They might go 19-0 or 20-0.
The Niners, like I did admittedly have them kind of high on my thing. I think they're at 14. I think right, maybe a little higher, a little lower. I think is probably about right. Just I understand they're like as injured as can be, but I feel like that's a story on them every single year. And they still manage to get like 11, 12 wins anyway. So like, I think we're undercutting the Niners a little bit. And I'm just gonna like we'll talk about it a little more as the show goes on. Houston at 10 is fucking criminal. They got the best defense in the fucking league, maybe one of the best defenses ever. And all they need CJ Stroud to do is not like put a shit in his pants.
That's
and
a
they
big
could
ask.
and even if he does, they could replace him with Davis Mills halfway through the fucking season and be maybe better, possibly. You never know.
This act is very fraudulent on you, and you should be ashamed of yourself. I tried to get you to say this shit last year when I told you hungry dogs run faster, and you shit on it for weeks, and they rattled off all those wins.
I just hated that saying. First of all.
Wasn't the lanes open up for them to make the Super Bowl last year and they failed epically?
Yep. Because CJ Stroud shit the bed? Yep.
Because CJ Stroud played literally the worst a quarterback can play in a playoff game. And if that doesn't happen, they win a Super Bowl last year.
I mean, the Texans have a ceiling every playoffs.
They win a Super Bowl. They win that Super Bowl against the Seahawks if CJ Stroud does not play like the worst quarterback ever.
What the fuck are we talking about?
You think
all right.
I admit they make it.
Get there, they win.
Yeah, that's what
Sam Darnold didn't play particularly well in that Super Bowl against the Patriots. He goes up against the Texans.
Drake May is way better than CJ Stroud.
Okay, guys.
Yes,
we have 18 weeks to fight. All right, we got plenty of time to find out who's right, who's wrong, who has this figured out. But now
we don't even have Barr and Nazario here.
Or Scully. This could have been crazy. Okay. Thank God we didn't. So
I mean Nazario might be dead. Like
that's true.
Hand up. Man enough to say it. I fucked up on some of those. Just want to make sure everybody knows this. I picked one of the worst questions that has ever existed in the history of questions.
Oh.
Division with the best combined record.
Oh, yeah.
No one picked anything besides the NFC North. I could have thought something different. I just thought, oh, this might be fun. And then when everyone kept rolling in, I was like, you know what? That's me, man enough to say it. Fucked up. Okay.
So that question just like a wash, we're just gonna
no, it's on there. You get your point, but it means nothing.
If the Cardinals had like the Colts, if the West had the Colts and not the Cardinals, then maybe we could have a discussion.
Yeah. That was the deciders. Like the Cardinals might have the worst record in football next year.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the 2 quarterback questions because I want to kind of save some of the stuff that's going to basically lead out to probably where you think Super Bowl MVP stuff like that. So I put a caveat on this year. Players to lead the leagues in interceptions that has to start. I think I switched it down to 13 games. So basically the thing is I didn't want you guys to we pick a bad quarterback. Who do you think is going to start the longest and also lead the league in interceptions based on the caveat? How the show's going to run is I'm going to read off the people that are not here. And then I'll go around to you guys to give your guys' thoughts on why you picked who you picked. Scully led the charge with Baker Mayfield. He believes Baker Mayfield is going to lead with the interception because he's going to start the entire time. So that's probably a safer pick. Barr picked, he's tied with somebody else, so I'll hold off on that one. Nazario picked somebody that's tied off with somebody else, so I'll hold off on that one. So, okay, we'll go through it. Mark, who's going to lead the league in interceptions that's going to start the most games? Or start basically the season?
Yeah, honestly, thinking maybe a little bit flawed here because should have picked a good guy who's definitely going to play all because that usually leads the league in interceptions. I just went with Jacoby Brissett. Cardinals are probably not going to be good. They're going to be behind a lot. They're going to throw the ball a lot. And I don't think Jacoby's going to get benched this year. I just don't think that. I just don't think the Cardinals are going to try. I guess there is. I guess maybe there's a chance midpoint of the season he gets benched for Carson Beck. I just don't think that's going to happen, personally. So, yeah, I think that's just my train of thought. Like they're going to be throwing a lot. He's going to be careless with the ball. I think pretty simple with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Me, Robert, and Barr have the same person. And that's Malik Willis of the Dolphins. They paid him. My thoughts is they paid him. They're going to throw him out there. He's going to play a lot of defenses, and the Jets may get an interception this year. So that's a possibility. I think he's good. I think he can be good. I think if he's in the right system, I think they shut him up. But he's going to have to try really hard with no real weapons. So he's going to basically have to fit stuff into spots, and there's going to be other people there, so it's going to be interesting. Robert, any follow up on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the odds. I did this the last time, got pretty close with Darnold last year. But when you look at the odds, you're just like, who has the worst situation amongst the people like in the top 10? Like Malik Washington is his number one. That's fucking awful. And like the schedule with the defenses you mentioned, the only way it won't work is if he gets hurt because he's running around all the time, because that's what he has to do. Or if they just let him throw 15 dump offs a game to Adrian, which I guess could also be the case. But just he is going to start because he got the bag, and the team around him is the worst. So that's why I picked him.
Coho and Nazario, which God love it, the people that are fighting for last place together. Tied up at this point, who's going to lead the league in interceptions? Coho, and why?
The exact phrasing on my answer is whoever gets named as the starter for the New York Jets. If it's Geno, if it's Cade, if it's whoever the fuck is going under center for the Jets, that person is throwing 3 interceptions a game, 100%. Geno is old and inconsistent. Cade is going to be young and inexperienced. Either way they go, they have no offensive line and really nothing to throw at. You can throw at Garrett Wilson. He's the only guy on the team. They'll put 3 of their best corners on him. Even 3 mediocre corners, I think, can lock down Garrett Wilson, while the pass blitz can take Geno's head off and make him throw an interception. So I think the Jets have the worst offensive situation that you can get for a young quarterback or for a washed old quarterback. So either person they name, I think, is going to throw the most picks.
Okay. First quarterback to be benched for performance, not injury. There are 7 people in the show. 3 people picked the same quarterback. 3 other people picked the other quarterback, and 1 person was standing alone.
This is like
Scully is standing alone. He just believes that the booing for this certain person was a little bit disrespectful. He picked good old innocent, allegedly, Deshaun Watson is going to be benched. Performance, and he just found out where Jed York went, so I think he may be back in trouble. But who knows? Nothing beat that meme of that car driving on the highway 180 miles an hour when it's like, well, you found what for $140? Gone.
Lived there for a lifetime.
Yeah. So 3 of us picked it: Nazario, Mark, and me. I thought this was a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
Some people didn't agree with me, but there's a guy that got drafted number 1 overall. The pressure is going to get pretty mounting at some point because they're going to want to see him, or they're going to let him throw out there. I think Kirk Cousins is going to get benched first because I think the pressure that they actually have a quarterback that looks pretty good in preseason. I mean, preseason is preseason, but I think he can perform. But I think it will just be a pressure where it's like, hey, it's time for you to sit. Now, I think the only thing we have going against us is that week 4, is that week 7, is that last 4 games of the season. That where we could fall into problems, but I think it could be sooner rather than later. Mark, anything on that?
I mean, I guess congratulations on us. We just got a point because the Raiders are going to be very bad. Like, even though shit talk the Chiefs a little bit, Chargers are better. They're in an incredibly hard division. They're probably going to get their asses kicked most week. My prediction is by week 6, we see Fernando Mendoza under center.
Oh.
I don't think it's going to take that long. The fan base is going to want it immediately because they're going to see Kirk Cousins like, oh yeah, that's why Atlanta didn't want this guy anymore. Like they're going to remember immediately why they didn't. Why this is why we don't want Kirk Cousins throwing the ball.
Their first 5 games are Dolphins, Chargers, Saints, Chiefs, Patriots, Bills, Rams.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe
Dead.
week 7. It's happening immediately. That gets tough real fast.
Kirk might be.
I think he'll start November 1st at the Jets. I think that will be his first start. Also, I think there are 3 other people on this panel did not understand the question. I said quarterback to get benched for performance,
Yes.
not injury.
Yes.
Yes.
And you all picked
Michael
Tua.
Penix Jr.
Yes.
Yes.
You picked Tua.
I picked Michael Penix Jr. / Tua, whoever got named the starter.
Tua is the starter.
Yeah.
No, isn't Penix the starter?
No, 2 is still this. I don't know.
Okay.
Tua is the starter.
2 is the starter because
if Tua is the starter, I feel even better about what I did.
Okay, go ahead. Explain your guys' logic.
Okay. Just real quick. I'll go real fast. I think that the Falcons are going to happen way faster than the Raiders because they are not going to throw Mendoza out there in those hard games. I think you're right. Week 7 is probably the right spot for Mendoza. I think Tua is out week 3. I think Tua is sat on the bench by week 3 for Michael Penix because that man looked ass all preseason. He looks terrible out there. And if Tua is your starter, that man is a terrible quarterback not showing any strengths out there already. And they have the guy they took 8 overall sitting there who, he's a little injury prone. They are going to throw Penix back out there before they put Tua out. Or before they put Mendoza out there, they will put Penix back in over Tua. All it's going to take is 2 games where Tua chucks up 5 picks in 2 games. And that fucker's lost his job. They're paying him nothing. Kirk Cousins, for what it's worth, is getting paid. He's getting paid real money by the Raiders. They're going to want to make sure they gave him $20 million fully guaranteed to play this year. They're going to get at least half a season out of him before they risk their long-term investment in Mendoza.
That was not quick.
The Falcons have no skin in the game on Tua. He can go die for all they care. Penix,
that was not quick. That was not quick at all. That was longer.
That's the full. That was it. I was making the last sentence. Was just I think Penix will be out there by week 3.
So mine is schedule. Say what you will. Start with the Steelers, but it's on the road. Panthers, Packers, Saints, Ravens. So my feeling about this is they just want Penix to be the guy, but he just won't be healthy by the time they start. I think they want him to be the guy. And I think he's not the guy, but they want him to be the guy, so they will give him a shot. My idea is
That's fair.
My idea is a math problem. If Tua gets through the first game or 2, as Coho mentioned, and then Penix is I'm okay, then they'll just be Penix go. That's how I look at it. So it is a ticking time bomb of can Tua make it through 2 games? That's a thing.
Who's week 1? Who's week 1?
Tua will start week 1.
But who are they playing week 1?
They play the Steelers on the road.
So when TJ Watt drops him on his head.
Yes, it is a calculated risk. I'm taking a calculated risk, but I'm saying he doesn't have to be.
You're looking for an easy 1-pointer through the hoop. That's fair.
It's an equally calculated risk to take Cousins. Cousins is also injury prone. The guy hasn't played a full healthy year since.
But I think you run a risk. I think you run a risk is if the Falcons win one of those 2 first games and they're going to let him ride.
I don't think that's the case. I'm with Robert. They want Penix to work way more than they want Tua, who they're paying that minimum.
Here's my thing, and I think here's the flaw in your thinking for performance base. What exactly has Michael Penix showed the Falcons, or like what has he not shown them to make them think like maybe there's something with this guy like we haven't figured out? Like they know Michael Penix sucks, so I don't see any reason why even if they go like 0-10, they're not just going to keep rolling Tua out there. Like I don't think the Falcons care at all.
They will, because they spent the 8th overall pick on Michael Penix Jr. They're going to let the guy fucking play over the guy they gave $1 million and a bag of peanuts to come in and be backup.
And they've thrown Michael Penix out there before, and he's been terrible. Like they know he's terrible.
Yes, and the alternative is Tua, who is actively terrible in preseason against the third stringers.
Also, game 3 is on the 24th. Game 4 is on the 5th. So there is a gap there. With a elongated week mini buy that they could get Penix up to speed there. Exactly. That's how I'm looking at it.
The math.
If he makes it that far, again, calculated risk. Calculated risk on two. I'm just saying, like they want Penix to be a guy. I think.
That's fair. That's fair. I made a drastic mistake. I need to make sure I fix it before I present this in front of people. All right. We will go with the team that we believe will have the worst record this year.
Yeah.
Me and Scully and Coho are in lockstep. Robert, Nazario, and Mark are in lockstep. And then there's Bar.
Oh, what Bar pick? I can't wait to hear this.
I can't wait to hear
this. That's not a surprise. Let's take a guess.
The
Commanders. It's probably, I don't know which one you guys picked. Browns for him?
He picked the Browns.
Okay. Yeah.
So the Browns are the worst team for them.
The other team with them.
Robert, Nazario, and Mark, what did you guys pick and why?
I mean, pick the Cardinals. I mean, they are going to be in probably the second toughest division in football. And my thing is, not only do they look really bad, like they've looked really bad in the preseason, but I don't think they actually care about winning this season. I don't think they care at all about winning this season. Like that is 100% in the back burner. This is just kind of get some of their young guys up to speed and get them in some like game miles. I don't think their priority is going to be winning this year, and I don't expect them to try very hard. Like I would be shocked if they win more than 3 games this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at their schedule, I see 2 wins, maybe 3 wins, maybe. It's a brutal ass schedule. They play the Giants on the 4th in New York. Or Jersey, rather. They play the Jets, and they play the Saints in North. Like, those are the 3 things. Every other one looks fucking terrible for them. And I don't know when they go to Carson Beck. I don't know what that means for the extent of, like, how it is that they move forward as a team. Between who you guys pick, who I assume is the other horrible, horrible team, at least they have the Jets. That's how I'm looking.
That's also fair. That's all. You know what? That's really fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Speak of the devil, and it will appear. Me and Scully and Coho are in lockstep, which scares the shit out of me. It looks like I'm not getting a point for this one. But I picked the Miami Dolphins. They just don't have anything. I agree with the Jets. I think that's a 1 win because I think they'll split, and then I don't know if they win anything else. I think there's a split, and I don't know when they play. I'm promising you, it's not going to look pretty for me. Like that, they should just fuck us all up and give us that on Thursday night. That should just be a Thursday night game, Miami versus the Jets, and just let it play. I think it's going to be horrible.
I think 0-17 is on the board for the Miami Dolphins. The Miami
you think
Dolphins,
double sweep by the Jets?
I think the Jets are going to look like a semi-competent team against the Dolphins. That's how much the Dolphins have nothing. Devon Achane's the only thing on that roster that is good, and I think he will be off the roster by the trade deadline. I think that guy will
Oh.
get dealt by the trade deadline. The Dolphins are in full tank for whoever the best quarterback in next year's draft is. I bet you they're praying Arch Manning declares, and they are tanking for that kid. They are absolutely gunning for the first overall pick, and I see nothing on that team redeemable. Malik Willis is getting paid a lot of money to be the scapegoat bridge quarterback to be there so that they don't get accused of tanking. Because if they gave money to a Jacoby Brissett to come in, they would have gotten totally found out for tanking, and Troy Aikman would lose some sort of ownership thing and all that bullshit the Dolphins have to worry about. They're a team that's penalized for this before and tampering. They're trying to do everything they can to present the idea that they are not tanking. But this is a team that, make no mistake, wants to go 0-17. And they stand by the deadline.
They only have a shot at 2 wins.
At most.
They just do. They open the season at the Raiders, and then it's Niners, Chiefs, Vikings, Bengals, Jets, Patriots, Lions, Colts, Bills, Jets, Broncos, Bears, Packers, Chargers, Bills, ends with Patriots at home. Patriots,
which might not mean anything to anybody. It might not mean anything.
It's literally a battle of who gets 2 wins. Like that's the goal for this year is who gets 2.
I think Arizona is great, so that's why I'm fully on Team Miami.
This should be a little fun. Team with the best record.
Yeah, I hate this.
1, 2. Only 2. 3 gave one team. Me and Robert gave the same team.
Fuck.
And then Barr and Scully gave opposite. So I'll start this way. Scully, Mile High, Denver Broncos.
Wow.
Best record in which I don't think is far-fetched.
No, I mean they had
that he proves that the Chiefs do not come back to normal, so that's fair to believe that. I think they open on Monday night, so that's already going to be a win over them. So that's fair. And then Barr, I don't know if this is trolling. I don't know if he's trying to pull a fast one and be funny. I really wish his face was here to see. I don't know where Mark got another steak from, but this is like the most impressive shit possible. He brought
during this whole thing. Like
another one. It was already made, and it was out there. And like I walked by. I just went to go get a drink. I was like, "Oh, there's still steak here. I'm just gonna take it."
Okay. Teams from the NFC North.
Really?
It's the Detroit Lions.
Okay, so he's doing that based on they have the easiest schedule. Like that's what we're doing, right?
Yes, that's what he's doing.
Okay.
He's picking the North team that finished last, and he's doing last to first, which is.
I'm more curious. The one that you, Mark, and Scully and co-host Scully and Nazario picked, which Nazario fucking fraud.
God damn it.
That's the least obvious one. Yeah, you're in partnered hell right now. Robert.
Yeah.
Is this a jinx? Are we just trying to jinx this? Okay.
No.
We have the Baltimore Ravens. I am riding the Ravens bandwagon 2 years in a row.
I see it.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at this schedule, and what I do is I do look at strength of schedule. And I look at like how the teams start. Can they build momentum? New coach bump, all these things. Fucking Colts, Saints, Cowboys, whatever. Titans, Falcons, Browns. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, let's just let them be 6-1 right off the bat. Good for Jesse Minter. Way to go.
My favorite clip out there is Tim the Tap Man be like, what the fuck are the Ravens get? Why do they get to play the Browns fucking twice? And everyone's like, bro, they all play the division twice. Like, that's where the Browns exist. But it was so funny. He's like, what the fuck, man? That's how it works. So, yeah, strength of schedule is the main reason, not a jinx thing. You think this is honest?
No, I do believe that they'll come back and show a little, like, I don't like their weapons particularly, but you can expect maybe a Mark Andrews resurgence with no likely. They paid Zay Flowers. They got the Lane kid. Running, Derrick Henry's still there. Lamar's still there. Defense maybe will be healthier. So with this fucking cupcake ass schedule, and I say that supporting a team who plays them twice, but they don't fucking play till Christmas, for Christ's sakes. Like, the first time they play is Christmas, which is ridiculous. I just think they'll have so much momentum that it'll end up being.
Yeah, it fucking sucks that you have to deal with them the last 3 weeks of the season twice. That's
we play them 2 times in the last 4 weeks. That's freaking amazing. I love it.
All right. Go ahead. Co-host favorite team, and then Mark and Nazario. Go ahead. The Rams. Why?
I think it's kind of self-explanatory. I think they're going to be the best team in football. They looked great last year, and they came in second, and they got even better. You add Trent McDuffie to their secondary, which is disgusting. You add Myles Garrett, which is fucking disgusting. You just made your defense, which was already good, elite. And then I'm also operating under the assumption that Aaron Donald will be on this team. I think he will be on this team within the first 5 games of the season. And that is overkill on the rest of the NFL when you have Donald and Garrett screaming off the same defensive line. It's terrifying. And then you add to it on the offensive front, you still have Matt Stafford coming off an MVP season showing he's still a great quarterback, a potentially Hall of Fame level quarterback, with Puka and Devontae still coming out this season. They're both incredible talents, and you're going to have them even more honed in together this season. I love the Rams roster. I think, and Sean McVay is still arguably the best head coach.
Well, you love them. They're your favorite team.
I think the Rams are an incredibly constructed team. So I think they're absolutely going to have the most wins.
Yeah, we're all nerds here. I'll put this in nerd talk, for all the other possible nerds that will watch this. Last year, the Rams were like Thanos in Infinity War after he got the Space Stone.
That's pretty good.
He was tough, but he was beatable.
Technically, wasn't something else. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Tough, but they were beatable. We could probably put the hurting on Thanos a little bit. After this offseason, he just they got Thanos just got the time stone now. It's basically over. It's just a matter of in the last one, and this feels like a formality a little bit. They look really good. They looked really good last year. They only got better. There's really I think the only thing that's going to be able to take down the Rams this year is luck. Honestly, luck or injuries, which is kind of the case for them every year. But yeah, they're the Super Bowl favorite for a reason.
Who is Gold Skull 808? Does anybody know?
I don't know. They might be my favorite guy ever.
I think that's Mason.
My favorite commenter ever.
Oh, funniest guy of all time. That's not close at all. Scumbag, honestly. All right. Which team will have the biggest win drop off from last season?
Oh, I wonder if Cody and I are aligned on this.
My man.
Yeah,
my man.
I fucking knew it.
So, made it into I was 13. Makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Want to join the HitStick? So go ahead. Scully picked one that I'm shocked with because I don't know how many. I need to look up how many wins they had last year.
I'll tell you. Who is it?
The Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
I think when he sent it to me, he's revert down to 1. They're going to be 1.
7, so 6.
So he's thinking a 6 drop off.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this is gonna get spicy. I can't wait for this. Barr just picked the New England Patriots.
I get it, but okay.
Nazario picked the Denver Broncos.
They had the most wins. As did the Patriots. I get it.
Me and Robert picked Duval. Get them fucking cats out of here. No shot in hell. I think they got lucky. That division got harder, and those dogs are running fast still. They're pissed. Coho has who?
The Houston Texans.
Oh, Mark, get him.
I can explain why.
Mark has
Curious.
The Indianapolis Colts.
those Colts.
Do you
So
think they're gonna have like 3
4 or
wins?
5? Like, how far down do you think they dropped from 8 and 9?
They had 8 wins.
This was kind of a tough question. I think I had them losing like 5 wins. Like I don't.
So
So
3.
like I don't think they're going to be that good this year.
Okay.
That's great.
nice. Okay. Coho, curious.
Well, the Texans finished with 12 wins. I think CJ Stroud is going to struggle. I think their defense is great. I think the offense is not. I think CJ Stroud is not good and has not been good since his rookie year. And I think you can very easily see that team drop from 12 to 8 or 9. I think a 4 or 5 game drop off at most. You could see them drop to 7.
You think that's enough to win you a point?
Yes. I think dropping from 12 to 7 is substantial enough. And I think the Texans are at best a 9 and 8 this year. At best 9 and 8. So a 3 game drop off I think is a big enough difference.
You didn't watch the playoffs last year, did you?
I did. They fucking sucked in the divisional round. They were a terrible team when they played.
They weren't good in the wild card round either. They just played a team.
They
that was
weren't.
worse.
They were just playing a Steelers team that beat all the shit in the
Worse.
world.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No,
I
I
really
think
wanted
DK
your team to win.
Just
I'm
DK
sorry.
Metcalf needs to catch a pass, and the game is wholly different. But
Rodgers and the Steelers could have totally taken the Texans out in the first round, and both teams played like doo-doo. The Texans
But they
were
both
bad.
played like shit.
Do you want Mark? Do you want to counterpunch what he just said?
Yeah.
Or do you want to wait?
Like, you know what? Yeah, we can wait.
Thank you for learning. Thanks for the coaching to the situation. Go ahead. You can talk about your Colts if you'd like to.
Yeah. I was talking about because I'm just not a believer in the Colts this year. Like they have about as many question marks as you could possibly have. We talked about Daniel Jones earlier this show. Like I don't think he's going to be 100% this year. And I think he can be good again, but it's probably not going to be next year. And they got to rely on the backup quarterback. It's going to be Anthony Richardson, which is going to be worse. They were really hoping on Alec Pierce, but like the news on him has been sketchy at best. So I don't think their offense is going to take a particularly big step forward. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty bullish on the Jaguars this year. So they're all of a sudden in a really tough division. So I think, their window may have already been closed. Like they looked like the best team in the NFL, like just middle of last season, and all a year goes by and a lot of things change.
So I'll just go quick, Robert, and then I'll pass the baton back to you. My reason for the Jaguars is they were 13-4. This team has a better shot of being 9-8, maybe, because the schedule itself screams that. They open with the Browns, but then they have the Broncos, the Patriots, the Bengals, the Eagles, Texans twice, Ravens. Then they have Titans and Giants, which is whatever. Then I think the Titans are upgrade. They could be better. I'm not saying they're going to be the world beaters. But then you have the Bears in Soldier Field in December. They play the Steelers. They play the Texans again. Then they play the Cowboys, the Commanders, and the Colts. I think the vision is hard. I think the roster is – I think he's a good person. I think he's got – I think Liam Cohen is like a good coach. I just think there's a lot of things, with a lot of health concerns. And to go into all those different places and pull out wins to get to 13, I just don't see it at all. I think they have a better shot of, missing the playoff than winning that division. I think that's really where it's at. Robert?
I mean, you basically said. I mean, if you
Sorry.
what I usually do is I just look at the top and who could I see? I look at the odds, the strength of schedule, and I'm who could dip 5 to 6 wins? And I can see the Jaguars doing it based on what you just said. I like Liam Cohen. I like what they're doing. Lost some people. Parker Washington gets a lot of shine. We don't know what it looks like when he's number one fully. Don't know how the Travis Hunter thing will work out. Don't know how the Tootin thing will work out, if they have a run game at all. Just these things can compile with a harder division. 4 to 5 wins dip might be enough for this. It's just a hard question. Just trying to think about those things. Ended up with Jaguars.
Do I will stand and defend Aaron Rodgers? No, I defended him about before the situation. I already have the video queued up for Robert in week 7 with him flipping off the camera. I'm ready for that, so don't worry. Here we go. Listen, nothing I want is the Steelers to win the Super Bowl because I love that song. Biggest win improvement from last year. Scully has the only one with the Ravens.
Okay. I guess.
Coho and Nazario are in lockstep, brothers in arms. Mark and Barr are in lockstep. Robert has something different. I have something different. So, Robert, who is your win improvement? Why'd you pick what you picked?
I don't like this question. I think I worked out for me last year because the Patriots' schedule is so what it was that it was kind of easy to tack on. I picked the Giants based on the fact that they sucked last year. Schedule's easier. They have a dude who's competent running them. I'm going to assume, for the sake of the argument of this exercise, that we get a little more than half a season from Dart and Scatterboo. I like the weapons.
How many brick walls before on the way to practice?
I don't know, like 2.5. Is that the over/under? I'll say it's 2.5. I'll take the over.
Blue tent.
A lot of this might be dependent on getting the full range of weapons back, which, neighbors, whatever. They lost Wandale. But I'm just looking at, they won 4 games. 4 to 5 win improvement is not off the table. It's very dependent on their injury luck, which probably will be bad. But I rolled the dice, ended up with the Giants.
Can a human survive eating concrete? Oh, that's Scatterboo's diet right now.
Yeah, no, there's the Tupac song. He feeds his dogs lead to make their stomach so they're bulletproof, right?
Is it longest yards or water boy or whatever, the one that's just screaming like the linebacker? That's literally Scatterboo on the sidelines. They got to put him in a cage.
How about the program? The guy who goes in is steroided up and throws it through the window, just his head through the window. Maybe that guy.
The program of the longest yard, where was the Great Khali, where he's just banging his head against the concrete.
That's longest yard. Yeah.
And he screams and he's like, "I'm gonna go piss." Mine is the Washington Commanders. I think the win improvements there. I think I am bullish. I think it's boring to pick the obvious. I think I would love to see. I like that team a lot. I think there's a lot of weapons. I think that division is either up or down. I think there's always a surprise team out of it. I think over the offseason the division did get harder, but I think they're one of those teams that can definitely do it. Jesus, yes, he does. That's how a white man plays guitar, is I think the exact phrase before he says it. So I know way too much about the longest yard, even though I did miss a trivia question for 4 points. So yeah, I'm on the Commanders. I believe that I like that team. All right, Coho.
Yeah.
Bye.
I think it's kind of a no-brainer to pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win more than 6 games. I think that winning 6 games last year...
It's not winning more than 6 games. It's the biggest increase.
I think they're winning 7 more games this year than they did last year. Easily. This is a team that can improve up to a 13-win team 100%. You're improving the offensive coordinator situation. You actually don't have... I'm sorry, Matt Nagy sucks ass, and now you replace him with Eric Bieniemy, who won them a Super Bowl, more than one Super Bowl. And then you also have Mahomes back healthy for a full season. I love this offense. I love what this team does every year. It's stupid to bet against history. They literally go to the AFC Championship game every single year. They have won double-digit games every single year with the exception of last year, which is the only time this has ever happened with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to call that an outlier. I think they've improved greatly already in the offseason. I think they're absolutely like a 13-win team. So, pretty easy pick.
Mark, who you got?
I mean, they won 6 games last year. They're a good bid to win this division. I picked the Cincinnati Bengals. I feel good about their chances. They're going into the season healthy. And, like, even though I hate Zach Taylor, I don't really like that team. There's just a certain – whenever the Bengals are firing, there's just a certain magic about them that they just manage to pull out games. And it just – I'm not seeing any of the bad stuff that would have usually come up by now hit the Bengals yet. It's going to be a bit of a tough ride because they're probably going to go like 1-3, 1-4 at the beginning of the season, like they always do. But they're going to go on a roll late because that's how they gain momentum. It's just what the Bengals do.
I don't know. The Bengals finished 9-8, fully healthy 2 years ago. So I just don't see much growth.
I mean, they won 6 games. Like, I mean, they could easily win like 11 and still like be competitive. Yeah.
I don't know.
You're muted.
To get you the point though.
Could they win 13? Like Coho believes on.
Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs win 13 games.
Oh, you
Probably-
just like go reckless
Probably
abandon. I
not.
love
No.
it.
They're still in the NFC North, or they're still in the AFC North. So I mean, they're going to split all
Right.
the games.
So this is what we picked for the first half.
Hey, look at
or- Yeah.
Wonderful.
Sexy
That looks
as
wonderful.
shit. These are so Cody, you fucking cooked. I'm
This is
impressed.
great. Yeah.
Thanks. So this will be in the chat so we can keep track of where we at. We don't have to go back to the episode or listen to like me read them off all the time. So this is the first half. These are all the ones we have ranked. I had to change mine because for some reason under Ravens, I also had the Houston Texans as the team with the worst record, and I do not believe that at all. So I had to change that real quick. But yeah, so that is that half. So now let's get to the second half. This is an interesting question. This is my favorite question we ask every year because I think it's the hardest to pinpoint. And it's one that basically you can go goose egg with. But it's the first team to go 5-0 or 0-5. We were so close last year. If I just went with my gut on my boy, Aaron Glenn, he never choked out that guy, but he got so close so many times. Remember that dance? That was like, and he's one of the worst coaches, let's be real. But so this is the first team to go 5-0. I think some people just put some logic out there. Some people just put feelers, but there are 2 people. Robert and Scully have the same one. Coho is sitting on an island by himself. Bar and Mark are together.
Why? Why is
Robert
Bart
is
doing
by
this to me?
himself, and me and Nazario together. So we'll go with
Wait.
the people that are.
I thought you said I was with Scully.
No, you are with Scully. You're correct.
Yeah.
So we'll go with the people that are by himself. Coho, who's 5-0? You never dictated. Are you thinking this team goes 0-5, or you think this team's going 5-0?
5-0.
Okay, I assumed. Who is it?
I think the LA Rams are going to start 5-0. I think it's going to be one of the more impressive 5-0 runs you see in football. So, especially because I like I said earlier, I am operating under the assumption Aaron Donald is on the roster by week 3, and at that point, just give up. You walk on a field and Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett are staring down your quarterback, it's over. So,
Give them the job. Fair enough. Mark, who you got?
Kind of piggybacking off of you guys from earlier. First of all, I want to say hate this question because me and Robert should have gotten a point last year. If it weren't the fucking stupid Green Bay Packers didn't choke against the fucking Browns, we should have easily won. We should have easily gotten a point that. This year.
Fucking Packers.
Yes.
What assholes.
Yeah, fucking stupid. Anyway,
I should've
piggybacking
put
on
the
what you
Jets.
guys said about the Ravens, I'm going with the Ravens. First 5 weeks, honestly, pretty winnable. They got the Colts, and they got the Saints, Cowboys, Titans, Falcons. Like, none of those games really scare me. I guess if I were to pick one, I maybe got to hold my breath a little bit. Probably be the Cowboys, because the Cowboys, could put
Where's
up
it
a
at?
fight there.
It's in Dallas.
It's at Baltimore.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So-
You're good.
Yeah. So, yeah, like they're going to be better. Winnable 5 games.
And just to be fair, how this question works is multiple teams go 5-0 and stuff. The points still, you all get the points for whatever. It's not who does it faster or whatever the situation is. That's fair. Me and Nazario we're the only one going the opposite direction. We're
Yes.
going Tankville.
I really wanted to find one. There wasn't a great one.
So the 0-5 team that I picked was the Arizona Cardinals. Their roster, they're open with the Chargers. Then they go Seattle, 49ers. The only game within question is the Giants, but it's in New York. So I favor the teams flying West Coast to East Coast. And then they end with they end with the Lions. So my thought is don't have a great quarterback, don't have a great system, don't have a lot of things. They're going to be trying a lot of things, figuring stuff out. And if Jackson Dart has still got his head on his shoulders and Scadaboo hasn't decided to assault people on the way out of the stadium, I think they have the shot to go 0-5. Me and Nazario agree with that one. Scott, I'm very curious. I don't think you're wrong at all in this, but Robert, what was yours?
So I went with Seattle. I think so I was between all your guys. All your guys' picks were in the mix, but there was one game I didn't like. There's one game I don't like as much. It's the first game, but it's at home on ring night against the Patriots. And generally speaking, the home team wins that game more often than not. And the Patriots are improved. I'm sure it will be a hard game, but if they get past that one, Cardinals, Commanders, they play the Chargers and then the 49ers at home. Usually play well against the 49ers, whatever. So
I just think your quality of opponent is higher than everybody that mentioned so far. So do I think it could happen? Sure. I just think there's more room for error.
Yeah, there probably
and
is.
Super Bowl hangover is a thing.
Sure. Yeah. Again, to me, it was just the one critical game.
Oh yeah.
And it's at home. I don't.
No. I'll say it with you. They were on my list too. The Ravens were on my list. The Cardinals were on my list. The Rams were the only one not on my list. And I just think
the 3 games, what do they have? Eagles and Bills and whatever. I think.
Yeah, it just is a possibility of remember when the season started last year and it was the Bills versus the Ravens, and it was Derrick Henry was completely running all over, and we're the Bills are dead, and then the Bills came back and won that game. I just think there's too much not everybody's firing on all cylinders at that point. Now again, if any team's going to do it, I think the Rams have the clear shot to do it, so that's fair. But I just think the quality of opponents is a little too scary for me to take a 5-0 on those.
That's fine.
I don't think there's a very clear. I just never saw a clear 5-0. I saw more 0-5s than 5-0s.
That's fair.
So, all right, who's not going to have a job? Who's the first coach fired?
Everyone got the same guy, or
no?
Wow,
no way.
I have my own. Mark, Barr, and Coho. Robert and Nazario are together, and Scully's by himself, and so am I. So Scully has Todd Bowles.
Oh, that's wish fulfillment, brother. They won't fire that guy.
Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
I have Mike McDaniel.
What?
The tank is there. What?
Mike McDaniel's not the head coach of the Dolphins.
Yeah,
he's already been fired.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He's the offensive coordinator of the.
He's the offensive coordinator.
Oh, he 100% is the Charger. Okay, well, no, I'll just make the assumption.
He would have been my pick. He would have been my.
That's what I thought. I was I forgot that he took that job, and I thought that was the dumbest.
When you said Mike, I was like, "Are you talking about the fucking Mike McDonald?"
You know what? Coho forgets who got drafted at times. I forget coaches got fired. That's my bad. I'm just gonna join the party. That's fair. It was my second pick, anyways. Well, did I win already? Technically, he's been fired. So He was. Of the people picked, he did get fired. So, yeah. Anyway, fine. Aaron Glenn's going to be my choice. And I'm going to join Coho, Bar, and Mark on in live. Let's go. So overall, why do we think he's going to be fired, guys? Because I 100% agree with you.
There's just no shot that this guy has a job by the end of this year. He showed no promise last year, and they're just spinning their wheels in neutral, and nothing's getting better. He's a defensive-minded head coach, and yet the defense is ass. I really don't see how he's going to keep his job when they win like 4 games this year again.
Yeah, the Jets are the most reactionary franchise of the NFL. Even though Aaron Glenn probably should have more time to get this team together, but like they didn't give Robert Saleh any time, and Robert Saleh looked like a much better head coach than Aaron Glenn did. So there's no like I don't know, like week 8, week 9, I don't know when their bye is, but like yeah, there's no way he sticks around like super long because they're going to be bad this year. Like, even though I think they're going to actively try to win games, it's not going to fucking help.
And Robert.
I had a hard time with this one, too. I was looking at odds. I never like to pick the person with the best odds because that makes me feel weird inside. But I'll give you the opening schedule for this coach. Eagles, Cowboys, Seahawks, Colts, Giants, whatever. Niners, Eagles, Rams. Between the Niners
picked the wrong team that I think is going to improve the most wins. So
and then between the Niners and Eagles, there's a bye week. And if this team is 1-5, I can see a scenario where Dan Quinn is fine.
He was the runner-up choice, Robert. I was really close.
I just looked at those first 6 games and I was like, that's not great.
But if they pull off some upsets.
But yeah, if they beat the Cowboys, which they're apt to do, then obviously his job will be saved there. But if they beat the Giants, which I think is really the realistic, I guess they could beat the Colts. That's a toss-up in my mind. We'll see how it is by week 4. But 1-5 with
down week.
What?
You don't think the Commanders couldn't beat the Seahawks on a weird down week in the first 5?
Well, I picked the Seahawks to go 5-0, so that runs counter to my other pick. So no,
I think it's possible. That feels like a ripe weird upset for the Commanders to get. But
if they get a weird upset, then obviously. But if any of these dudes get weird upsets, we're always lapping around the same thing, I guess. Sure. But yeah, so I looked at that, and they have an early bye week, and I was like, well, if they have an early bye week, maybe they can make a change then if it's not going well.
Okay. I think that's everybody's. Scully made us do an alternate pick on this one because he didn't like just rushing yard leaders. He wanted all-purpose yards. I thought Scully.
Scully did, and then Nazario jumped for joy whenever he saw the change.
Okay. Interesting.
So, everybody's only one person is okay, Nazario, Barr, and me Scully and me have the same person. Mark is by himself. Nazario is by himself. Barr is by himself. Me, Robert, and Scully have the same person. And then Coho's by himself. So Coho, who do you have as the all-purpose yard leader for the running back?
I think the guy who's going to make the biggest impact in this position on his team immediately is Kenneth Walker III on the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that guy is going to come in, and Eric Bieniemy, his first year, I'll put it like this. Kareem Hunt, in his first year as Kansas City Chiefs, with Eric Bieniemy, had 14.
He keeps saying that name. I think he hopes it sticks.
What?
Just the offensive coordinator. I don't think Andy Reid has said his name as many times as you've said his name.
I think Eric Bieniemy is quietly the most important piece to the whole Chiefs dynasty. But when he was there the first time, Kareem Hunt, who is much less talented than Kenneth Walker, had 1,400 rushing yards in a season. And that was the first year you put Hunt and Bieniemy together. Kenneth Walker is going to have his first year with Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. I really think Kenneth Walker is going to have like a 1,400, 1,500 yard rushing season.
Plus receiving yards, because that's what it's
And then I think he'll have 800 receiving yards.
Oh my gosh.
I think he's going to have 800 receiving yards. This team does crazy fucking shit in the backfield. This guy all-purpose could have over 2,000 yards.
You saying they're 13-4? You're saying he has what 2,200 total yards?
Like 2,200 all-purpose? I could see that happening with Kevin Walker.
Do you think he's related to Rush Walker or something? Like, what's going on here?
What?
What's the record for all-purpose yards?
That's what I'm trying to look this up now because I'm
Is
curious.
that 2,400?
He said 800. He's going to be a number one receiver option.
I'll walk it back down to 600. Make it more realistic then.
He could be
That's
the fucking
crazy.
MVP. Like, that's crazy.
So that would put him like above McCaffrey, like in the level of McCaffrey's like 2019 year where he was like the greatest fantasy player besides LaDainian Tomlinson.
Christ.
Okay, in my defense, I didn't know about the all-purpose change, but I still think the rushing yards is the reason why I picked him, and that's why I picked him. So he's going to be
That's
a
right.
measure.
Okay.
All right, Mark, you picked who you picked? Why?
Yeah, I just had I'll be a bit honest. Had a little bit of fun with this question. Just because why not? I think it's a bit of a dumb one, but whatever. But I went with the guy, true dual threat, and who is literally the only good player on his offense right now. So I went with Devon Achane. Like, I think he's literally going to do everything for that team. And I think he can have sneakily high rushing total. Probably going to, he's going to have a shitload of receiving yards. I got to, represent, some Aggie on this list. Why not?
Yeah.
Nazario has Jonathan Taylor.
What a fucking loser. Seriously?
You don't pick your own fucking guy? What the fuck?
And Barr picked Chase Brown, which I don't hate that. I like that.
That's an interesting alt pick. I don't mind that as an alt pick.
I pick a lot. Yeah.
And then you all are stupid because me, Robert, and Scully have the correct answer. It's the only correct answer. And he may have lost what was he Tails or was he Sonic? One of the two. I don't know which one it was. But
I think he was
Jahmyr Gibbs is going to destroy people's lives. He destroyed people's lives last year. He doesn't have as many. Who cares who's behind him? I don't give a shit who's going to run it in. He's going to literally tear up everything. I think he was the clear number one. I said Scully just did this so he picked Gibbs. This is all he did. Because if it wasn't rushing, if it was not receiving, then I would have picked a different one. But yeah, I think that's a clear choice.
I mean, what you said, I was between Bijan and him, and they have an easier schedule with a better weapons around him to let him succeed. That's what I looked at, and I was just like, it's kind of all there for him, and I mean, he's kind of the man there.
All right, we're gonna fly through a little bit of these. We are doing the live. We're gonna do the Steelers and other stuff live prediction next week. We're just going to switch that to next week because this will be a 3-hour show if we don't, and I don't want everybody to have to stay super late. So receiving yards, I'm just going to go through and you're going to name who you picked for the person, and then you can go back through and tell me why you picked him. I went with CD Lamb. Mark, who'd you go with?
Because there's no I can't remember that guy's name. Got hurt. No, number 2 now. I went with Nico Collins.
Okay. Robert?
I also went with Nico Collins because Jaden Higgins tore his ACL. They're trying to replace him with bullshit, and and the schedule allows for him to cook, to eat as much as he wants.
Koho, who'd you pick?
Best receiver in football gets to do it again. Justin Jefferson has quarterback play. Last time he had a good quarterback, he had 1,500 yards. This fucking guy's gonna lead the league with it.
Who was the good quarterback he had?
Sam Darnold. Don't know if you know about him. He was pretty cool.
Well, I told you just re-sign him. You told me you don't think so.
Yeah, bad call.
Nazario literally fillets this team. This is disgusting performance by him today. Puka Nacua, and Scully also has Puka Nacua. Barr also has CD Lamb. So I think that's just disgusting.
He's trying to put in the I think Nazario's trying to put in the jinx.
Yeah,
Right.
He's just trying to put the voodoo.
Scatterboo with brick walls, Puka with glass doors.
Exactly. Same.
We're gonna switch to offensive rookie of the year. Who do you got?
Jeremiah Love only. Jeremiah Love, worth watching on the Cardinals. So.
Fair. I have Carnell Tate. I think Carnell Tate has got the best runway to possibly do that. Me and Scully are in
Especially
lockstep.
now.
Yeah. Me and Scully both have that. Mark, who do you got?
Thinking maybe screw up this question because I think it's the thing I thought usually quarterback was like I think quarterback's actually rookie of the year. I went with Fernando Mendoza. It's like it's a quarterback. I think he's going to play most of the season. So I don't know. Fair bet.
Okay. Nazario also has Jeremiah Love. Barr also has Jeremiah Love. Robert, I had Whiplash.
I took this dude in Dynasty because he's going to have the best runway right away on a good team. A team I think will start very well. I took Jarian Price. Like, we don't know when Charbonnet's coming back. He's got the runway. He's good. They're a good team around him. So I just picked him. If Jeremiah Love wasn't like injured right now, I'd be more inclined. But he's injured right now, and I want the dude who's not injured.
Coach of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4 people picked one person. 2 people picked another, and 1 person picked what the fuck? Not gonna happen, but good luck with that. Mark, who the fuck you pick? Because you're dumb. Did you not understand this question either?
Me?
Yes.
Just say you picked D'Amico Ryans already.
Pick Sean McVay. I mean, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna give him coach of the year.
He has to go like 60-1, I think.
Well,
he's already won it once. Like, why not? Like, they might go like 15-2.
That's why we're saying it won't happen.
Yeah, that's why we're saying it won't happen.
They always give it to a coach that's like unexpected or doing the unthinkable. It's never like the best coach ever. Like Belichick probably won it one time.
I couldn't find a good example of that. And like the one guy who I thought like could actually have that type of record, I don't think they would give it to him. Like that was just my honest opinion.
Robert and Nazario had the same person. Who'd you guys have?
Fuck. Damn it. That's terrible. Well, I picked the fucking Giants to have the biggest win jump, so I'm picking stupid John Harbaugh. There's so many picks I hate because I'm going against my nature in this, and it makes me angry. If they get to like 9 or so 10 wins and sniff a playoff-ish berth, then they'll give it to them. That's how I feel about it.
Scully, Coho, Barr, me. It's Jesse Minter for the Ravens. It's just
Good bet.
I think he'll have the best shot. I think he'll have the best record. I think there's a shot of him just being able to lead it. So
I don't see a world where they go against the nature of the category and give it to the new coach that made the biggest impact. So
yeah. MVP. We're almost there. Everybody hold on tight, Spider Monkeys. Barr and Mark united.
Oh.
I mean,
Nazario by himself, Coho and Robert together.
Yes.
Me and Scully together. So, Mark, who'd you have?
I feel like this would have been right. This would have been right last year if he hadn't gotten hurt. So I'm running this shit back, taking Joe Burrow.
You're doing it again?
He had an outstanding season 2 years ago, and they still didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
He was like, 41 touchdowns and like 9 interceptions or something? I think it was like
because
crazy.
he won 9 wins, he came like 7th place in MVP voting.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
He's going to win 12 or 13 games.
Coho, who you got? You and Robert, who you got?
The best quarterback in football comes back in full health. I'm giving it to Patrick Mahomes.
Mark,
while I don't agree with
it.
And while I don't agree with his assessment on how best they will be, I looked at the dudes who have the best odds, and everybody who has the best odds has won it recently. And if the Chiefs come back and are decent in playoff team, then they will give it to Patrick Mahomes by default. That's how I looked at it.
Best quarterback in football. He's going to win it again.
Nazario has Josh Allen.
They're not going to give it to him again. He has to
And
throw
me
for
and
like
Scully-
5,500 yards.
He has
Me
to
and
break
Scully-
every record to do it.
Me and Scully coming back from injury last year, mediocre season, leads on the best team, best coach.
Mhm.
It's Lamar Jackson. I know he's already won it, but I think he wins it again.
Twice. They're gonna give him a third one.
Oh yeah, they are, baby. And the crown jewel, our Super Bowl winner. You do not have to say who they're winning, but if you have that, you can. I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, lockstep, all the same. Everyone has an NFC team except me and Mark. So I'll get out of the way. Toho, Barr, Robert, Nazario. Who is the Super Bowl champions? And if you have who they beat, go ahead.
The LA Rams, because they're the best team with the best people. I don't know. I'll have them beat the fucking Broncos. I don't know.
Nice. Fun Super Bowl.
They'll be in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Good color matchup. Good color uniforms.
That is nice.
I'm going.
Toho?
I also went with the LA Rams. I think they're
We know.
the best team in football. I think it's going to be the LA Rams beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. You're going to have the two teams that have won the Super Bowl, two of the last teams to win the Super Bowl over a 5-year stretch. The one team that won the Super Bowl besides last year that Kansas City wasn't there for is what I'm trying to say. The one that won it in the middle of the Kansas City reign, you get to have the Rams and Chiefs.
With the Eagles.
I mean, the Eagles beat the Chiefs is what I mean. But the one team that won a Super Bowl when the Chiefs were.
It's that kid that's like interviewing. Well,
I didn't praise him. The one team to win the Super Bowl in the middle of the Chiefs dynasty that the Chiefs didn't play in is the LA Rams. You get to do a Rams-Chiefs Super Bowl. The Chiefs should have beat the Bengals that year. We should have got this Super Bowl.
You're the guy from Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Stumbling, mumbling, football.
Yeah.
The point I was making is
Tyler
the
Levine.
Super Bowl match we're going to get that we didn't get that we should have gotten, and we're going to get it now.
Football.
You're
Andy
doing
Reid Super Bowl is going to be awesome, and the Rams are going to win it. Anyways.
you're doing the Kobe LeBron wishful thinking. We never got that NBA Finals. So you're like, we're gonna get that one.
Yeah.
We almost had this one, so we're going to have this one.
We almost had the Kobe LeBron.
Would you? That's so funny. I have the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. That's fine.
Boo.
Who they beat?
I don't see it actually happening. I know what my black magic does on the show. I don't think they win it. I want a new Super Bowl winner. I don't want it to be the Rams. I want it to be anybody but the Rams. But who knows? But if Kansas City wins, because I'm not. Next week when we do this show, Steelers, Vikings, Bears, Eagles, all Steelers. I don't know if I said those. All will be 49ers. We'll decide. We'll go through week by week and say who wins and loses. Me and Mark don't have a team, so it's really fun just to sit here and just root for things that I don't get mad about. As the Chiefs win a dynasty, I'm kind of excited because I like dynasty people. I think that's cool. If they don't, I'd like to see up and comers. So I go with the Chiefs. Mark.
Cincinnati Bengals.
I think this is going to be a historic year, just like it was last year, where somehow
Mark's
Sam
Super Bowl
Darnold
picks are
was able to
legendary in the
switch
show.
it around. And we're going to see a first this year. We're going to see the LA Rams represent the NFC and represent the AFC. Your Super Bowl winner, the Houston fucking Texans.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Them hungry dogs run faster. What was the year? What was the year you picked the Browns and who?
Oh yeah.
I think it was also the Rams.
Yeah. That was last year, wasn't it? Or 2 years ago?
No, I think it was the year before. I think
It was 2 years
before.
ago because I was early on the Rams. I was early on the Rams.
And the worst pick tonight,
It's not the Texans.
Scully got about 13 dozen. and it's gonna be the Bears. The Bears are hosting the Lombardi Trophy.
Wow.
Caleb Williams with them nice manicured nails grabbing that Lombardi Trophy and holding it up is gonna be
He's gonna put his
amazing.
one leg up like this with the Lombardi.
And then they're going to ask the question, who would have won in a fight, Caleb Williams or Jesus? And Caleb wins in the third round. Thank you so much. I said, everybody sent in their stuff. I didn't react to really anybody's. His, I put the laughing emoji on. He goes, you knew I had to. And I said, out of our friendship, out of how much I love you, I'm going to root for their demise all year long to help your case here, because you're going to need all the help you can get for that team to win the Super Bowl. He needs a tight end just standing in the end zone waiting for the ball to land in his hands to win the Super Bowl.
At Soldier Field, are they just going to – is it when they have the scoreboard and they put the quarter, is it always just going to say the fourth quarter?
Yes.
So it kind of like trick the team?
That would be a good –
What goes on the trophy? Is it Chicago or will it be Indiana?
Well, they are the Indiana Bears.
They are the Indiana Bears. So here one more time. This new graphic. If I can ever do my job correctly. Yes, that's it. Right there. And I had to change out Mike McDonald. Hopefully I did that correctly. Yes. So those are the picks for this year. We have our Super Bowl MVP, Coach of the Year, and then all the players. And then I did switch out Aaron Donald. And basically, use your context clues on the 5-0, 0-5. No one has the Ravens, the Seahawks, or the Rams going 0-5. So if you do, you're more. But those will be in the chat. So next week we will be doing on the 1st. I believe that's what we agreed on. It could switch, but I think that's what we agreed on because Scully is out. It'll be a little bit later. We'll go live at like 7:30 EST, 8:30 EST. But we will be doing first week show. So basically we'll be making our 5 picks. We'll be drafting our 5 picks. We'll do the same thing. Loser has to wear a hat. Mark's looking to redeem his title. We will be going through, before we do that show, we will go through and do the Steelers, the Vikings, the Bears, the 49ers, Eagles.
We should
all
have
those
to do the
teams.
Texans for Mark. We can
do the Texans for Mark. That's fair. We can do the Texans for Mark. Because this scumbag hated on me last year. And now he's like, they're my team. Hungry dogs run faster. Now he hates them. So, and then, so we'll have to, and again, the win-loss will be majority rule. So it's going to be, when we pick up the team, it'll be like, this team loses. And if it's 3, there's 7 of us, if everybody shows up, then we will not have a show the week of the 6th through the 12th. My wife is kidnapping me and making me go to Mexico. So I have to go on a trip, so I will not be here. But the week back, we'll be back on Wednesdays, normal time, normal shoot, and the team will be back together. Guys, we made it. You did it. Football is here. Congratulations for your sacrifice. We were able to make it. So thank you all for watching. And there will be a new intro and outro next week. So if you have thunderous clips of people knocking each other's head off, I could have 14 of Ryan Clark himself. So if you have those, please send them to me. But have a good night. See you next week. Bye-bye.